Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, it appears that Eddie Hearn may be willing to let Demetrius Andrade cross over to the PBC just to get that fight with Jamal Charlo. But the question is the PBC willing to foot the bill for that fight? Because we all know when it comes to certain type of fights, we all know that these promotional companies, TV programs, whatever you want to call it, it's hesitation to come up with the money to pay the salaries of these fighters because they are scared that if they fighter loses to a outside fighter, then that becomes a big problem, where it really isn't, because all you have to do is put a rematch clause to where they can do up to a second or a third fight. But nobody wants to do that, because for the most part, a lot of these fighters now that are undefeated, they want to stay undefeated by taking a low risk, you know what I'm saying, high reward to keep their record intact fight. You know, where basically they make a decent amount of money, but it's a fight with a guy that they pretty much feel that they can beat, not basically testing themselves. And you may continue to see a lot of that. I think as far as that goes, I think that's over with, where the 80s, where everybody, in the early 90s, where everybody fought each other, win, lose, or draw. I think you're going to see a lot of that. That's why I told you within the next 5 or 6 years, you're going to see a lot of fighters retire undefeated. You know, because at the end of the day, like I said, everybody trying to use the Floyd Mayweather formula. And that only worked for Floyd. You know, I know people try to say Floyd cherry picked or whatever, but, you know, Floyd, to a certain degree, he paid his dues. You know, I know people, due to the fact the way Floyd conducts himself sometimes and some of the ways he move on people, it can turn you off. But, you know, Floyd gonna always be Floyd. But I think that's the problem, and I think it's too many people trying to beat Floyd, and it's too many of these promotional companies trying to create their own rendition of Floyd. So that's why we have what we have now. Then there's also a problem. A lot of people consider Demetrius Andrade not to have a fan-friendly style. I mean, Demetrius Andrade, when he's up for it, when he's into the fight, he can put on a very good fight. But I think to a certain degree, even he isn't that motivated by the type of fights that he's getting. I mean, at the end of the day, you start to perform up or down to your competition, and he just hasn't had a marquee fight. He can't get Triple G, and Triple G is co-promoted by Matchroom, or at least the Zone. I think Triple G still with Tom Loeffler. He might still be with him. I think he might be co-promoted by Matchroom. I don't know. I'd have to check. But nevertheless, you guys, this has been an ongoing thing, and I'm just as frustrated as everybody else, because we like, God damn, can we get one fight that we want to see? Can we get something? But the thing is, a lot of times these promoters and these fighters really don't understand what they're doing to the sport of boxing. They sitting up here praising people like Fake Paul and those guys. If they would just get their asses in the ring and fight people, we wouldn't be talking about these dudes. So at the end of the day, once again, when did we start holding the fighters and the promoters and the TV networks accountable? Well, I've been doing it. But see, here's the thing. With some people, they are so emotionally invested in one fighter that they may particularly favor, they gonna give them all the praise in the world. You know, like I said, it's people that's not fans of the PBC fighters, they fans of Al Heyman. So like I said, they're not demanding that the best fights get made, because at the end of the day, they gonna blame whoever. Like I've said before, I've criticized Eddie Hearn, I've criticized Bob Arum, I've criticized everybody. like I said, you know, I hold everybody accountable. I call everybody out. So it is what it is, man. Just keeping it real. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.